Recording. We're recording. La da 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 da.
We're recording. Da 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 da.
All right, everybody. Day 3 of CMA Fest. The craziness ensues. We're going to sit here now and talk to Miss Dani Rose. I got to know, straight up, out the gate.
Tell me.
How in the hell did you come up with that funeral thing? That was...
Did you like it? That's the first question.
I
want to know,
liked
did
it.
you like it?
It was kind of like a death of the old you and the whole reborn phoenix style.
Yes. And did you enjoy that story? Like when you were watching the music video, we were like, oh, I get this. This is
I
cool.
got it.
Cool.
Because that's basically, when I started my show, I had a whole different logo and all this other stuff. And I was listening to a lot of people tell me I needed to be a certain way, do this, do that.
Sure.
And I pretty much throwed the middle finger up to a lot of people and rebranded and done all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
And it felt so good.
Yeah.
I feel so alive now.
That's perfect. That's great. Congratulations.
Well, that's why your song, that's what stuck out with me.
It's so cool to hear that, and thank you very much for saying that, because I wrote it obviously from a personal point of view, stuff that's going on with me, but to hear people tell me these stories, just like what you told me, someone else said it, the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it was going to resonate with people, because it was just like, this is my story. If you're starting over, I don't know exactly what your story is, but I'd love to hear it. So I love hearing that from you. That's awesome.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's one of those songs, I think, even though you did it, just mainly for you and everything, I think it's going to resonate with so many people out there.
Thank you.
Because there are so many, especially in this economy, there are so many people having to regroup, redo things, change their lives.
I tell you what, it is happening. Well, it's awesome. Thank you. Going back to your question, why, what, how.
Yeah.
So I was in a band, and I'm going to say I was in a band, but really I was a band for 9 years. Mm-hmm. And I put my heart and soul into this. It was Honey County, and I was like, this is my band. Right. My manager, but prior to that, I was a solo artist, but my manager at the time was like, you're going to have a lot more fun as a band, so let's rebrand you as a band. And I was like, okay. I listened to him. I was like, cool. And I'm not a quitter.
Right.
I'm like, look, I'm going to try this idea, and I'm going to take it until the wheels fall off.
Exactly.
Because that's me, and I feel like you are the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know you that well, but I can already tell by the story you just told. Like, we have a commitment, and we stick to what we're going to do, and we tell everyone what we're going to do, and then we go and we do it. Yeah,
my whole thing is I've done lights and sound all over this town. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten screwed over. I've gotten not paid when I was supposed to be paid. Mm-hmm. Equipment stolen. Yeah. All kinds of stuff. And I seen what was happening to artists. The up and comings, the ones just starting out. You can always see a brand new artist in town because there's a circle of sharks around them as they walk down the street.
Sure.
And I started this whole thing just to help the artist, because you got to get your name out there. You got to get things going on. Radio stations ain't going to play your ass until you're up to a certain level.
Sure.
It's hard to get your name out there. Yeah. It's hard to do that stuff. I basically, out of my own pocket, bought all this gear and started everything up.
Well, thank you for doing that.
And I had a friend of mine, Purity Dairy, which sponsors my show. Mm-hmm. They loved what I was doing.
That's great.
And that's what I wanted to do. And that's why I pretty much told everybody, kiss my ass, this is the way we're going to do it.
This is what we're going to do. And then you did it. So the way that it happened with me was the last girl in the band, because there's always changeover in a band.
Oh, yeah, always.
You can't. And with women, oh, my God.
Y'all were so catty.
But I'm a big sister, so all the girls in the band were always like my little sisters.
Right.
And I had a really good time with them, and I learned a lot, and I'm grateful for the time that I spent. Mm-hmm. But when the last girl decided to leave, I really had to make a choice. Well, am I going to stick with this name that I've essentially birthed and taken for 9 years? And I had, we did some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I going to take this and then, I was getting so confused because I was two different entities. I was Dani Rose and I was Honey County. And I was having to keep up with both the social media, two different accounts, and the voice was the same, just the marketing was a little bit different because one was with other people and one was just me with my friends.
Yeah, that would drive me nuts.
And it drove me insane. And I had an opportunity. I was doing, Got It From My Mama had just blown up, like totally blown up. And I had an opportunity to do this national campaign with Southwest. And they said, what are we going to call you? Are we going to call you Dani? Are we going to call you Honey County? Are we going to call you Honey? And I was like,
what about Sweetheart?
I should have been like, don't call me. You can call me anything except for late for dinner. What are y'all serving? Where can I get myself a steak and potatoes? You know what I'm saying? I know you relate to that.
And I don't want the airplane food either.
Like, it was the first thing that came to my mind was fear, which is something I'm not. I am so confident and I know myself and I'm sure of myself. And I got scared because for the first time, I didn't know who I was.
Right.
So I had to ask myself the question. I'm sure you do this sometimes. You say, who am I, or what is the answer to this question, or what is the answer to this problem? And within 3 days, the answer came to me. I was on a plane. I was flying back to Nashville from a show from LA.
Yeah.
And the answer came to me, and it was, somebody's got to die. Honey County dies, Dani Rose lives.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that was the only way that I could come to terms with it. Not everybody has their opinion with, oh, what are you going to do with this brand? What are you going to do with this? And everyone's like, you don't have to give that up. The only way that it could make sense to me was someone's got to die.
Yep.
And that is how I felt. Because when I left Honey County, I had to kill it.
Mm-hmm. You really had to.
I did. And I had to kill that entity in order for me to survive. And I didn't know, and it's a survival thing. I didn't know how I was going to be viewed or what was going to come of the next step.
Mm-hmm.
All I knew was this was the right thing to do.
Awesome.
When you know. And so I did it. And this concept, I wrote it with some of my really good friends, Candy Carpenter, Aaron Kessler, and Alden Witt. And we were writing this, and it was just like, the lyric, like, I've been hiding a body in the back of my heart, rolled up in a carpet like a secret in the trunk of my car. My former self is dead. My hands are crimson red. She's too heavy to carry. Follow me to the cemetery. You're invited to my funeral.
Yeah.
You know?
And I was just like,
and it's like,
dude.
It's the best way to describe my personality. Sure. Is it dark humor? Yeah, it's dark humor, and it's dark. But I'm such a happy, bright, fun person. I mean, I think, unless I don't.
Now that you killed off all the pressure and the bullshit and everything else.
And like, if you feed me, like, I will remain there,
Yeah.
If you don't feed me, it's a different story. But, like, it was just that feeling of like, all right, this is the right thing to do. And then I had this vision for the music video, and I found the director that I was like, hey,
Right.
I know exactly what I want to do. I have it storyboarded. I have the creative, and I know where I want to shoot it.
Awesome.
And he was like, all right, let's go. Preston Leatherman. And God bless Preston Leatherman, because I am a lot to handle, and I had a lot of ideas with this music
I can
video.
imagine.
And he went with all of them. And then it took like forever to edit because I'm so picky. And again,
That's the way it goes.
we love Preston, but he's such a storyteller and I'm such a storyteller. I had to get it perfectly right. And just to have like the entire thing. I mean, we had a costume designer come in. We did like a 1970s, all vintage, late 1960s, early 70s theme and vibe.
Yeah.
And just like everybody having a good time at a funeral. And then I come in and everyone's shocked that I'm like alive. They're like, wait, I thought we were mourning the loss of the old Dani. And like we were, but the new Dani's here. So
and now recognize.
She is here. And in this song, I mean, I don't know if you know any of my older stuff, but like I was never able to really sing because I wanted to make sure that all our voices sounded good. And not that they wouldn't sound good if I didn't like really soar, but it was like, if I could let loose, that would be amazing. And this is the first song that I was able to let loose and just give it a
I love it.
Thing.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me online everywhere.
Everywhere?
It's at Dani Rose. Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, y'all check out the TikTok. Y'all gonna
yeah, we just did a TikTok. It's really fun.
It's
You're
gonna
have to check it out.
Oh yeah, we're going to. You're going to have to come up to the house. Me and you can sit and talk for an hour or two. You know that?
Let's do it. I'm down.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
love it. All right, y'all, check out Dani Rose. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And look forward to another segment with me and Dani. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be called How to Use Instagram.
Yeah. All right, y'all. See you. Bye.